In South Dublin County Council, what do a LED, public streetlight, a bee on a wildflower and a public library have in common? The answer is...
I'm delighted to announce that South Dublin County Council has just published our Climate Change Action Plan. As Mayor of South Dublin County Council, tackling climate change is one of my key priorities in order to help create a greener, cleaner and more resilient county.
Throughout 2018, South Dublin experienced extreme weather events, with Met Éireann issuing its first ever status red warning for snow in February, followed by one of the hottest summers on record.
Reversing the effects of global warming requires a collective response. The 4 Dublin local authorities have come together to implement our Climate Change Action Plan. This will tackle the effects of climate change and help make our communities climate resilient.
South Dublin County Council has a plan. It's called the Climate Change Action Plan. This plan has 130 specific actions, either completed, in development, or planned for the future. The plan has 5 action areas. The first area of action is energy and building.
In Ireland, heating accounts for a large proportion of emission generation, and we use 93% fossil fuels to heat our buildings. It's really bad. Building upgrade systems and replacement of less efficient lighting and heating systems. That's all a part of our target work.
Renewable energy sources such as solar has been utilised in all our new houses, as well as being rolled out to our existing housing stock and municipal buildings. The council is upgrading 4,000 public streetlights to LED. A pilot project sponsored by the European Union called HeatNet is planned for Tallaght. Waste heat from a data centre will be reused to heat council offices, Technological University, Dublin Tallaght campus, commercial spaces and up to 2,000 apartments. The second area of action in the climate plan is transport.
I think for Land Use Planning and Transport Directorate, I think climate change is right at the forefront of what we're trying to achieve.
Transport actions include providing alternatives to the private car. Together with the National Transport Authority, 300 kilometres of dedicated green cycleways have been delivered to date, as well as 12 cycle and pedestrian improvement projects. Adapting and maintaining streetways and footpaths to more frequent extreme weather conditions, creating and promoting high-density, high-quality places to live and work. South Dublin County Council has 5 electric vehicles in its fleet and is planning to introduce more. The third area of action is flood resilience.
The South Dublin Climate Change Action Plan 2019 to 2024 went to public consultation in February 2019. The plan was approved by our council in our May council meeting and was published in July 2019.
Working closely with the OPW flood alleviation schemes, such as Ballycullen, have been completed, with other schemes such as Whitechurch, the Poddle and the Camac at a detailed design stage. Planning applications are assessed for strategic flood risks and require green drainage solutions to improve climate resilience. The fourth area of action is nature-based solutions.
We just find by adapting a lot of our traditional programmes, trying to make them a bit more working with nature in order to deliver them, it just leaves less impact overall, and we find that people just love the natural play spaces.
Wood-based equipment, recycled old timber and fallen trees are used to build and replace play areas. For the last 10 years, South Dublin County Council has developed its wildflower meadows to encourage pollination. The council plays a key role in creating greener infrastructure, such as the protection of our countrywide hedgerows. On top of their existing 60,000 street trees, 1,500 trees were planted last year. The fifth area of action is resource management.
The message for our citizens and for our colleagues is to think before you act. Think before you buy. Think before you use. And think before you dispose.
The South Dublin County Council created a food waste campaign for schools and businesses, running anti-litter and anti-dumping campaigns across the county. Water fountains were set up on sport pitches to allow people refill their water bottle instead of using plastic ones.
Our key goal is to engage with our communities, engage with ourselves within the organisation and with our other stakeholders who support us in supporting others to reuse, recycle and to minimise waste.
In order to make this climate action plan successful, climate change should become part of our day-to-day life and how we do business in our local authority. It is not just about avoiding disaster. It's about creating a better world, a better environment, a better place to live, work, play and recreate. There is power in one. Everyone can play their role to make a difference with our environment for future generations.
For more information, please visit www.sdcc.ie/climate change.